The STEM Society.
What's poppin', people? My name is Cole Jackson. This is the STEM Society. Welcome back. Two things on the docket this week. Currently, there's a story floating around about hip-hop media journalist Elliott Wilson screwing somebody out of $20,000. We will get to that story later on. Right now, we want to talk about these new allegations against Kanye West. There is a model by the name of Jennifer Ann who just sat down with BBC to talk about this sexual assault and why she's moving forward with a lawsuit against Kanye. I'm going to play this clip. Listen to how she explains what this encounter was like when she sat down with Kanye.
It started where he went up to my face and he was like smearing my makeup on my face and
Okay, do you need a minute?
yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
He was smearing the makeup on my face in a way that felt like he was trying to just, I don't know, smearing the makeup all over my face in a way that just felt wrong. He started sticking his fingers in my mouth and I feel like he was like trying to touch as much as he could. And I was actively, my tongue was like hiding from him, and he just like found everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't.
You say you had his hand around your throat. Could you breathe properly? Do you remember any discomfort like that?
I do. I remember feeling like so suffocated, like unsure, like scared.
So after that clip dropped, a few things popped up about this situation. One, the encounter that she's talking about in this interview happened back in 2010, that's 16 years ago. So people are holding that against her. On top of her being a contestant on America's Next Top Model, which equates to her being a reality TV show star or whatever the case may be, which they're holding that against her as well. So there are people out here looking at her kind of funny because why would you wait 16 years for this to happen? Even Kanye West's lawyers said something in the article pertaining to her interview. Here's what they had to say. He should be protected by the First Amendment, which safeguards free speech because the encounter occurred in the course of producing expressive art. They also go on to say, and did not object at any point, nor express a lack of consent to participate or attempt to leave the performance. I think a lot of times, man, we sit up here and just be like, yo, here we go again. He a billionaire. They trying to take this rich black man down. And we don't really know the whole story. We know Kanye West hasn't really come forward to say his side of things. But this is not the first accusation or the first suit that somebody has filed against him this year. There's another woman by the name of Lauren Piscata, who was 36 years old. She was working for Kanye West in 2021. Now, she has a document that details that sometimes he would come out of the bathroom, drop his pants, and force her to give him oral sex. I don't even know if I can say that on YouTube or not, because, you know, YouTube be tripping. But she also went on to say that Kanye would send her videos of people having sex in the office, him having sex in the office. Kanye was out here being a real freaky dude. Can we have an honest conversation for a second? It hurts me to sit up here and tell you this, but I don't really know who to believe. I really don't. On one hand, you have these women who are coming out of the woodwork saying these allegations. And I do believe that we should listen to all women who come forward because it's not easy. It's not easy for people to say, yo, he assaulted me or these things happen. Like, I can see how uncomfortable Jennifer Ann was when she was talking about fingers in her mouth and touching her throat and all this other stuff. So I get that. But it's hard for me to believe he didn't do it. Kanye has been consistently crossing lines for the last 5 years. Kanye West is going on anti-Semitic rants. He's put on a Klansman outfit. He's said white lives matter. He's ran for president and talked about an abortion. He's done... You can look at how he treats his wife like a trophy case. Like, he just wheels her out and says, show your titties. Or, hey, be naked. Or do this. Like, Here, prime example, the most recent video that he just dropped on his birthday to announce a new song and Bully Deluxe is strange. Look at this video.
Cold. I wanna get kinky. I think she'll let me. I see she's ready. I think she.
I'm sorry, guys, but when I see something like that, I'm like, it makes it really hard for me to say they don't have a point. I don't know when we're going to start holding a lot of these celebrities accountable for their actions. I don't know when we're going to start separating accountability from our fandom as well. I think a lot of times when we sit up here and we're just like, man, Kanye makes these fire-ass beats. Damn, Kanye West has still got it, man. That Bully album is fire. We forget that these niggas are human, and we forget that they do fuck around and do some weird shit. Now, am I going to sit up here and accuse and point the finger? No. But is it going to be hard for me to say he didn't do it? Yes. You cannot consistently do these types of activities online or in public or all of this other stuff and not feel like this nigga didn't do it. I'm sorry. And this is me. I hate to be on the fence about this, but that's how I am. That's how I feel about this, because ain't no way you can't tell me that you seen that video and not think that he's not on some freak demon time type shit with these other random women. And the fact that his lawyers were just like, well, we got to protect him because it's under the guise of freedom of speech. It was in a video shoot. He was doing expressive art. Nigga, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. He was doing expressive art by putting his fingers down a woman's mouth. Later on in the article, he says he was trying to recreate a scene from American Psycho. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm at the point now in my life where a lot of these, I continue to see a lot of these celebrities do some weird and wild and freaky ass shit. And we're so okay with letting that shit fly by that it's getting a little disgusting out here. Like, we're getting a little bit nasty. And we let a lot of this stuff fly by because these niggas can make slaps, or he's a great producer, or he's a musical genius, not knowing that this nigga's touching women on some freak shit. Allegedly. When are we going to sit up here and say, hey, this ain't a money grab because it's evidence here that shows that this nigga crosses the line consistently? When are we going to say, hey, maybe this nigga is on some weird freak shit and he put his fingers down this girl's mouth? Like, I know it's not up to us because now we're not judge and jury, but we do have to kind of hold these people accountable. We spend our money with them. When we stream, we're giving them our money. When we buy their albums, we're giving them our money. Those merch, those Yeezys, all of the shit that we put out there, we're giving this nigga his money. So why not? Why can't we hold him accountable in some way, shape, or form? Because we don't want to take a black man down? It's the whole thing just smells bad. I don't necessarily have a real answer or really an honest take. I'm seriously on the fence about this whole thing. I just wanted to bring it to your attention because I think there's a lot of people who just don't want to hold celebrities accountable for their actions. And I really feel like it's time for us to be responsible customers and figure out a way to like not spend our money with these niggas if they doing wild shit. So we'll see. I'm going to put a pin in this story and hopefully we can come back when there's a lawsuit filed. But I would most definitely like to hear what Kanye has to say because he never speaks about these things. It's always through the lawyers, which is smart. But I don't ever see him really get in the mix when it comes to these allegations. Do you guys think that he put his fingers down that girl's throat? Do you think he's doing some sexually weird stuff? Let me know down in the comments. Speaking of weird stuff, let's lighten the mood a little bit. Currently, Elliott Wilson is getting exposed for screwing somebody out of $20,000, allegedly. Podcaster and podcast producer Savon, who formerly works for Joe Budden, I don't know if he currently works for Joe Budden anymore, but he used to do production for Joe and his podcast, has launched his newest podcast called Blank Slate, and he's doing a 3-part series talking about Elliott Wilson owing him money. Watch the clip that he let leak online and listen to what he had to say about the whole situation.
I did some work with Elliott Wilson. I EP'd his last season of the Elliott Wilson Experience from every aspect of it outside of pre-production. So he did the questions. Like, he's a real journalist. So let me just give the full picture. He did the work as far as the interview. Like, I had nothing to do with like questions or like, he does that. He comes in, he's very prepared. But every other moving part of that project was through me.
Right.
So the videographer, the editor, the photographer, the space, he filmed it in the studio that I own, the equipment, all of the other surrounding pieces kind of went through me. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when I was telling this story to some of my friends, they was like, why would you take a risk like this on Elliott Wilson? Like, yeah, he's established, but nothing about him gives money. Right? Like, nothing about him gives budget, so why would you do it? Not only does nothing about him give that, but I also have people who worked with him prior and was like, hey, bro, you need to be careful. He's not known for paying people.
Mistake number one. Somebody told this nigga not to work with him. Somebody told him, hey, man, he don't like to pay folks. And you still went forward with the work. That sounds kind of like your fault.
And what really made me commit to it was the fact that he was working with Roc Nation.
Okay.
So it wasn't an independent Elliott Wilson experiment. It was Elliott Wilson with the backing of Roc Nation. I was bringing him the best of the best. Like, I wasn't just going getting niggas off the street.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of like potential there and things that I could put on my resume where I'm like, yo, I'm proud of this work. I did this work. You know, the money is going to come. The relationship is going to come. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to put up the money for this for whatever reason because it needed to get done.
One, you were warned. Somebody say, hey, he ain't known for paying, brother. You might not need to deal with that shit. That was stupid upon itself. Secondly, he was backed by Roc Nation and he still didn't pay you? That's crazy. That is nuts. I brought this to the show because I had a back and forth with some people online about this current situation. Now, the clip is 9 minutes. I'm not going to play the full clip, but there are parts in here where he speaks about how this was an opportunity and he wanted to see if he could put this on his resume, so on and so forth. I get it, but you should be getting paid. $20,000 to me as a broke content creator podcaster means a lot. It means the world. When somebody who is backed by a corporation doesn't want to pay you, you should put your foot in his ass. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, I'm not saying you should fight him because we ain't talking about getting physical. But he should sue him, right? Am I thinking crazy out right now? He should get his lawyers together and he should sue him for $20,000, right? Savon actually talks about suing and why he won't sue. Listen to this.
And, you know, we had contracts. That's very important. There were signed, written agreements and contracts with me and Elliott.
Sounds like you need to lawyer up, brother.
I don't think I want to do that. Let me say that. Carl, you've been somebody who's worked on projects, EP things, directed things, and we spoke about this off air. From what you know, like, where were the missteps? Am I the idiot? Am I ever getting that money back?
Well, no. You're probably not getting the money back. Sure.
Unless you lawyer up.
Unless you lawyer up. But by the time you lawyer up, I mean, you probably... He owes you how much?
$20,000.
So, yeah, by the time you lawyer up, you might get half. You might settle out. I don't know. But it depends if you feel like it's worth it. That's the thing.
I mean, could I use like $20,000 today?
Yes.
Like, so this podcast...
I'm saying the time, though. Do you feel like it's worth lawyering up, going to court, doing the whole process?
No, I don't. And that's the fucked up part.
But why don't you feel that way?
Because I would rather put my energy in doing this than doing that.
Okay.
Even though it's a large amount of money, that would like help my real life. And so at the time, I was looking at investing in property. I had a stock portfolio. Like, legit, when I think about it, I was setting my life up.
You were. I remember that.
We was talking about it
We
in
was
real
talking
time.
about
I'm
it.
like, yo, yeah, I was about to get a spot. Like, that $20,000 is a down payment on a house, on a
Yeah.
property.
Mm-hmm.
A wise man by the name of Big Worm said this. It's the principle behind it, Smokey. It's principalities behind this shit. You should sue this guy and get your bread. What the fuck are you doing? I went back and forth with a couple of people online by saying he should sue him. And they had the same dumbass logic. Man, by the time he sues that guy, he won't get his $20,000. It'll cost him more to sue him. I don't give a fuck. When you let people run over you, when you let people not pay you for the work that you do, you are a mark. You a buster, nigga. I'm gonna run over you too. I'm gonna make sure I run over you. If Elliott Wilson can get away with not paying you $20,000, I'm gonna make sure I can get away with not paying you $40,000. It's the principle behind all of that shit. And y'all niggas don't want to handle it like OGs handle it. Because OGs would have snatched Elliott Wilson up by the collar and went upside his head. We don't want to do that though. So the only other choice is to lawyer up. Now, in that clip, he said he would get, what, $10,000 back? Okay, cool. You bet your whole future on getting this $20,000 and having this on your resume. And yet and still, you decide to say, well, let me just do a 3-part podcast. Let me do a 3-part podcast to expose this nigga. There was a tweet under this clip that summed up everything. Niggas so feminine they made Godspeed and Hustle, and now he's doing a 3-part series instead of calling another man out about his bread. Shake my head. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and call Savon feminine, because I podcast too, and I'm not saying that the gossiping, but sometimes you have to check a nigga when it comes down to your money. You just don't play about a nigga's bread like that. Elliott Wilson should be ashamed of himself. If he was really backed by Roc Nation and he didn't give that man his $20,000, you should be sued. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. See, a lot of y'all niggas are sitting here on the other side of the screen saying, you crazy, man. You can't be suing nobody, man. Why would you sue? Because that's $20,000 and that's going to keep me from going to jail. Because if I handle it the other way, it ain't going to, I'm going to get more than $20,000 worth. I'm going to tell you that right now. Savon is banking on doing a 3-part podcast to what? Maybe recoup some of the money that he lost from that $20,000 gig that he did. How much could he really make? Because I'm pretty sure this is Patreon exclusive. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't really follow his podcast like that since the Need to Know podcast. I got tired of these niggas quitting or losing co-hosts. I just said, fuck it. I'm not fucking with whatever he's doing no more. But at the end of the day, if you're going to do a 3-part podcast to be able to expose this nigga, why not go ahead and get the lawyers to get your bread back? That's the only logic that I see, because it makes sense. As far as you getting lawyers, as far as you having lawyers and not really getting the full $20,000 back, people are saying it'll cost more. How do you know until you do it? How do you know it's going to cost more until you sit down and say, well, let's do the math and let's see what really happens. And even if you get half your bread back, that's more than what you had yesterday. I'm tired of people trying to think of these logical reasons on why you can't sue somebody for what they owe you. We can't handle it like we used to back in the day when it was just, I'm going to just put my fist in your face. We can't do that anymore, because then you got another lawsuit coming to you for beating this nigga down. So how else do you expect for Savon to get his respect when it comes to doing work for people? Being a nice guy don't work no more, bro. Especially for people like Elliott Wilson who has this hierarchy or whatever the case may be, or this big time media talking head who I haven't seen him come out all year. Where he at? I have my suspicions, but at the end of the day, let me wrap this all up by saying this. Why are people so scared to move forward with legal action to be able to get what's owed to them? Why is it such a big deal if you pay more than? Well, I ain't even gonna say that. How is it that you're gonna pay more than what you need? I don't think it's gonna take big time lawyers to sue this nigga. I don't. You could get a regular Joe Schmo off the corner and go to regular court. It's not like y'all going to like this big time high claims court. I don't get it. And if my logic is, if he ain't got the money to pay you for your work, he damn sure ain't got the money to pay his lawyers to countersue. Right? Where am I fucking this up at? Tell me, man, because I'm confused. There's no way you're going to get away with not paying me $20,000. I'm sorry. How do you guys feel about this situation, man? Do you think Savon was okay with just doing this 3-part podcast to be able to expose Elliott Wilson for not paying him? Do you think Savon needs to sue? Do you think that this $20,000 situation is all a big lie? Whatever you feel, man, let me know in the comments. Before I get out of here, I have a Cole's Corner. Here recently, Rick Ross got caught flying commercial. Oh, shit. And the jokes were flying. People got in the comments when they seen the picture of him trying to hide himself from being seen flying a commercial flight. Rick Ross, of course, once he touched down at his place that he was going, he got on Instagram and he let us know why he was flying commercial. Listen to this.
For the ones who want to know where my jet at, I obviously didn't get the memo. It's being updated with Starlink. You know what Starlink is? Yeah, that's the $500,000 Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's where my jet at. And I chose to fly commercial to Colombia to go party with Trick Daddy and Ball Greasy at the Escape the States vibe. And that was a hell of a vibe. I had an amazing time. When I was leaving, that hoodie was low. Rose did it big. The boat. And y'all better stop worrying about what rich niggas doing. Shit, if I send my jet to go pick my mama up and I fly motherfucking commercial, that's what I do for mama. If I send a jet to go drop her off, I walk for mama. Just so that shit y'all on, I miss that. So y'all laughing at the young niggas who on martyr? You can't do that. Damn sure you can't laugh at a rich nigga. Y'all niggas better stay focused. And since it's a big deal for Rose to fly commercial, sometimes I might have to buy me a wing at the Atlanta airport. I buy the whole C wing.
You ever have a homeboy who just lied about everything? And you just wanted to just keep the lie going to see how big the lie gets? That's Rick Ross. Rick Ross is that friend. I have never heard a nigga lie so much before in my life outside of my cousin. I'm just telling you right now. I love the fact that Rick Ross got caught on a commercial flight. Now, let me be clear about this. I know that being a celebrity, we give these niggas, we put these expectations on these guys, and we're just like, man, like, you supposed to be doing this, you supposed to be doing that. But at the end of the day, they regular people. They ain't no better than me or you. Seeing Rick Ross on that flight, man, is hilarious. But at the same time, I get it. I get it. I don't have access to fly private, so I don't even know what the cost even looks like. And I understand that Rick Ross is one of those people who portray this lavish lifestyle. He's Mr. Luxury Rap. He's always about Maybachs and cars and flights and PJs and all this other shit. But damn it, when you tell me that you flew to Colombia to kick it with Trick Daddy, I have to shut this shit down. Nigga, no you not. Stop bullshitting with us. Colombia with Trick Daddy. That's what you was doing. I don't believe none of that shit. But it's funny to be able to speculate and make fun of somebody who sits down and portrays this lavish lifestyle. I think it's hilarious, man. I just wanted to put a spotlight on it because it's Rick Ross. Rick Ross is one of the biggest liars in rap next to the game. And it's funny to me. I love that shit. That shit was fucking hilarious. That's all I got for y'all this week, man. Thank you for joining me for another episode. If you like what I do, because what I do is not very easy, pay me to like, pay me to comment, but support me with a subscription. Grow this platform as big as the sun. Before I get out of here, currently, I am doing a 30-day challenge on Substack. I'm doing 30 reviews in 30 days. We're up to day 14 as of today. And I would really like for you guys to help support the drive by subscribing to my Substack. I'm trying to grow on that platform so I can do some stuff outside of YouTube and podcasting, do some writing stuff. My Substack has reviews, they have personal stories, and I do a newsletter called A Reverb twice a week. Give you guys updates on what's happening with the news, actually give you guys some stuff about fashion, tell you what albums you should be listening to on New Music Fridays. That's a lot of stuff you're going to get from me for free. I'm not asking you to pay for this subscription because they do have a paid tier. I'm asking you to just grow the platform for me. Free subscriptions, you'll get all of that stuff and even more once I get finished with this 30-day challenge. But the 30-day challenge is for me to get up to date with music. So at the end of the month, I'll be able to give you guys my top 10 rap albums, my top 10 R&B albums, my top 10 rappers, and top 10 UK rap albums as well. So do me a favor and just go to Substack and subscribe. Create a Substack. It's for free. It's basically Twitter for writing nerds, right? Just take time out to support your boy, man, and grow that platform as large as you're growing this platform, okay? I appreciate you guys for the love, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
She is kind of fucking with my money, but I meant everything I said, and I say it again.